Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Games podcast episode.
400 and
It's not 400.
500
It's not
and
500.
700
Okay, stop. You're gonna hurt yourself. You should stop.
As I keep going up in numbers, I get a bigger beard.
Josh, just stop. You gotta stop, man. You gotta stop.
All right, episode 2000.
Pretty much.
Got CC Top going.
Pretty much, eh?
Actually, is there even a podcast that has 2000 episodes?
I think there is.
There has to be at least
Joe
one.
Rogan Experience, probably.
Is he going for that
Yeah, he
long,
is.
though? Wow. Okay, that's kind of impressive. I would have thought, like, Rooster Teeth or something.
Rooster Teeth's pretty. Oh man, I used to listen to them all the time. I stopped.
I used to listen to them all the time as well. And actually, I was going to say from high school to college, I binged fucking a lot of podcasts and like internet, like culture media bullshit and web comics especially. And fucking, yeah, like now I'm thinking about all the podcasts I listen to is like once a week. And that's
this
it.
Castle Super Beast is all you need, Josh.
Yeah, literally. I mean, there's sometimes I do listen to another show on YouTube, but it's a show and it's about drawing and it's them just talking about dumb shit in general. And they're just talking about their drawings. And it's like, it's a podcast technically, but it's a video podcast. So I'm not sure where that quantify it on the podcast poll. But like that's part of my, and my buffet of podcasts. But that's all. That's like my potatoes and steak. I eat the potatoes of this drawing podcast. This draw fee, which is a cup of coffee with a stylus in the top of the cup of coffee, which is a neat logo. And the other, and the Castle Super Beast is it's a steak, like steak and potatoes is right there. Oh frick. But yeah, like I used to watch so much podcast like content and listen to podcast content. I think what was it? So it was Castle Super Beast, but before it was Super Best Friends. And then I used to listen to cheapassgamer.com and then used to listen to Rooster Teeth and all whatever stuff they were doing on their podcast. And then even go further back than that, the oneup.com days. Oh man, like anytime they dropped any video, I was on top of that shit. Like immediately. Oh wait, there's a new video today? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go watch it at home after school.
Yeah, that
like
sounds about right.
Yeah, like anytime like, or I was like, oh wait, they dropped a new video. Maybe I can watch it right now.
Yeah.
Like frick. Man, that was a lot of content.
Back in the day, it used to be an interesting time.
Oh yeah, especially when they're like new and didn't know what the hell they're doing. It was so interesting. Yeah. Like it's still technically nowadays you can find people doing like, oh, we're gonna do this podcast. Like people kind of know what a podcast thing is like and how to do it. But at the same time, you can tell like some people's like, oh, we're just gonna talk into Mike and not know what we're gonna talk about. Which is even more hilarious.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just was playing with my mic for like the past 5 minutes because my dog walked by.
Oh, your mic just pulling the cord gently and you're like, no.
She broke the cable. Well, one of us broke the cable and I'm blaming her. It's probably her.
Oh dear.
She walked by. She has this habit where she now like wants to go underneath my desk because going underneath desk is happy and makes me feel good. It went about as well as you could think after like the second or third time. And then she started pulling up my cable.
Yeah. See, I would probably let, I mean, if the cable management was all cleaned up and like up and away, I would probably let Doc do like sit whatever it wants to. But I'll be more nervous about the computer chair I would have, because to be like, if the wheels are moving or shit.
That's
and I'm
not
like,
the reason why I want her not underneath the desk. The reason I don't want her underneath my desk is because my keyboard tray has a habit of falling down and onto my legs. So
there's no like blocking mechanism on that thing.
So like it falls onto my legs because I need a new desk.
Okay.
So it will fall, land on my legs, fall down, and hit her. And I'll be like, and she'll be like, "What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Why did you hit me? Why did you hit me?" And it's like,
no, this fell. It's an accident. Gosh darn it.
Or she'll go underneath my desk because I have food. She'll try to eat my food.
Yep, that happens. Mm-hmm. I know with the last dog that we had, Sadie. She was I always keep forgetting what breed she was, but it was like a Yorkie and a poodle somehow, I think, and like a small medium-sized dog basically. And she had when she was younger, like most dogs, just wants to get underneath chairs. And it's like, but if the chair is like a fucking office chair, it's like you're gonna have to be like, oh no, I hope a dog is not underneath me so I don't kill it by accident, or just run it over its tail or something. Like, fuck, I don't want that to happen.
I mean, it's always the best. It's like the one time that you slam the door and you accidentally catch their tail and you're like, fuck.
Exactly. And you're like, no, I hope it didn't break it. Oh. And the dog's like, what's going on?
Mine doesn't do that. Mine just barks.
Roar, 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 roar. It's just constantly. Right. I don't know. It's funny because from a history of pets, it turns out I used to have a cat when I was younger, but do not remember the cat at all. Mm-hmm. But yeah. And what were we talking about? Oh yes, podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your mic was fucked.
My mic was fucked. Oh, my headphones are fucked.
Oh, your cords are fucked.
I need to get a new cord. I don't have money. So
yeah, that's
because like many people in this game industry, we have started celebrating days when layoffs do not occur.
Yeah, we have that ticker on the wall that says
days since last layoff.
Yeah, how many days till last layoff? And right now it's at like what, 10, 15? We're doing good. We're doing so good.
Everyone's right now is just like, it's been more than one day.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think the games industry is healthy right now. Or let me just say this. I like the people who are like, right now, the industry and the U.S. economy are in such a weird state. Experts and areas can't predict anything anymore. The ceiling of cost of living that everyone thought we just hit has appeared to be paired up with the lack of floors to all of these layoffs. How can we start using AI for fill the blank? I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I want to talk a little bit about this.
What, AI?
Yeah, what's happening right now in like the economy and stuff like that. People were warned. A lot of people were warned.
Yep. That automation is going to be a thing.
Automation's coming around the corner. This is happening. A lot of people were warned. Now, that being said, I'm somebody who I'm going to take the glass half full approach.
So, I think my approach to the whole thing is also probably going to be glass half full, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The what was it? I guess the automation coming around the horizon / I don't know, doomsday device of automation of coming around the corner. My prediction is there's going to be a lot of bad coming out, and then the good will start coming out, and then once we start figuring out what it's good for, then we'll be like, all right, we can start using for this. And then once the dust settles, we'd be like, all right, now these older jobs we used to have, don't exist. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I personally think that that's kind of where we're going, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. The only thing sucks though is that like with the power of the AI stuff, it's like, look at all the cool stuff it could do, and then it just slowly turns into, I'm gonna abuse it, and I'm like, God fucking shit, God fuck, no. Good. No, it's the from The Office. No, God, no. Yeah. And
yeah. So, anyways,
yeah.
Josh, have you played any games this week?
I played 2.
I played MechWarrior and Halo and Darktide.
I played Post Void and Karma Zoo, which are 2 of the complete opposite video games of each other.
Yes. Let's talk about those things.
Yes. Let's start with Post Void, and I'll try to share the Steam page with you first, because I think I've shared about this game before, and how I'm like, oh, I can't wait to touch these games and play them. And this one specifically is actually really cheap.
Oh, yeah?
It says here it's only $3.
Okay.
Sorry, $3.89 Canadian.
Okay.
And Post Void is a hardcore psychedelic trip, fast-paced first-person shooter made in someone's Trapper Keeper, like from college and university.
Yeah.
And it's like seizure-inducing, and it's just really fast and just psychedelic as all get out. And also it's a kind of roguelike, because you can pick power-ups at the end of levels that you finish, and you can get stuff like, your gun reloads faster, your gun you switch out your gun to a knife or a shotgun or to a Uzi. You can run faster but going backwards, so you can run backwards and go twice as fast. They're like, again, a bunch of power-ups. But the one gimmick in the game, it makes you want to go fast, is that your health is represented by a what's that word for, like a shrunken head thing? Basically, you have like a shrunken head thing in your hand, but it's like a glass, and it's constantly running out of energy. That's your health. And so basically you're trying to defend yourself with your gun, killing the people in your way that are trying to shoot you. That would also make your health go down faster, but your health is also constantly depleting itself, so you're running towards the goal before your health depletes. Okay. So it's just fast paced, get to the fucking finish line as hard as you can. And there's a lot of also there's a button, the shift or control uses as a slide button, so you're zipping all over the place. And even the game's movement by default of like you just using the WASD keys to just walk, it's also super fast. Okay. There's a couple of times where I was like, I don't know if I can keep up with this game because it's kind of fast, but once you get in the zone, it's not that bad. The only confusing part about the whole thing is that you're running around in mazes. Although the mazes are quite linear, so once you go one direction, you're kind of gonna hit towards the end of the goal eventually. Okay. But like a lot of it is like twists and turns, and like, oh, there's a dude around the corner, and you're like, oh shit, shoot, blow its head, blow the dude away, keep running, slide down the hallway. Oh, there's 3 dudes down this hallway. Oh, I got them all with a headshot. Oh, that made my health go back to 100%. Perfect. I can keep sliding forever. Like, it's a lot of fast movement going on.
Okay. So yeah. This game sounds like an awesome game.
It's pretty good. there is a few. Also, there's another design element of the game to keep its trippy focus. The floors are wavy. Like you notice it once you're running around. They're like, oh, the whole like these buildings that you're running. Actually, the whole place you're running through is a building, but like it's wave like a ocean wave. How it is like going up and down constantly, and that actually kind of makes it a little tricky trying to aim for headshots. But I think that was on purpose because like if it was constantly flat, you just get headshots all the fucking time.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, yeah, like this game is, if you just look at the art style, you can kind of tell if this is your thing you want to tackle or not. Because, yeah, it's very, like, what's a good way to describe it? Actually, isn't this Digital Devolver, Shindig?
Probably.
Oh, I want to say it was. Actually, no, it's just a completely independent game that feels like Digital Devolver game.
It feels like something that would come out of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There is a bit of a story, but again, it's all trippy and stuff. So it's just feelings and whatever. And also talking about depression. So it's like, oh, this is probably just someone's
Depression Quest
allegory.
2.0.
Yeah, Depression Quest or allegory for depression or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, like again, if you just look at the videos and go, if this is your cup of tea, I recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't think it's your cup of tea, that's fine. I mean, the game is also $4.
$4 is a pretty good price, though.
It's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so far that's my review of Post Void. Is it's $4? Like it's not, you can't go wrong.
It's not that bad. That's a pretty good price.
Yeah, apparently you can get Post Void for physical copy, PS5 or the Switch. Apparently, I feel this game is more balanced for keyboard, but hey, no one's stopping you for getting that on the Switch or a PS5.
Makes sense.
Maybe they have aim assist. I don't know.
I mean, as long as it's a good game and people are having fun, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing to add with the review. There is a accessibility option to cut down on the flashing.
Oh, yeah?
Because there's a lot of flashing. And if you get sensitive to the flashing or you get headaches from flashing, you can turn down the flashing quite a bit. It did help me quite a bit of playing the game, because at first I was playing and I'm like, oh wow, this game's like as trippy as all get out, and you're like feel like you're in a trance, but then at the same time I'm like, oh, I'm getting a headache. And once I found that button and turned it on, I was like, oh, I don't feel like I have a headache anymore. I can play this game properly. Like I probably have a flash sensitivity, but it's not as bad as most people, or not most people, like some people, but yeah. If you have a problem with the flashing, there is a button. Trust me. You just got to find it.
Okay. As long as those exist, and
yeah, like there's accessibility options, and that's nice.
That's good.
The most important accessibility option. I don't want to vomit. Like I don't want to have a vomit induced migraine. Halfway through playing this game. Is there a button to turn the flashing off? There is, thank God. And also there's the second game I played.
Oh yeah,
that second game, yeah, it's the complete opposite of Post Void. It's a game called Karma Zoo.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Delightful.
Was it? Oh, so it was just fun? You just had fun?
Yeah, like it was like, oh, this is cute, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of like basically what it is. It's a cooperative platformer with randos on the internet, but all the objectives that you're doing is just cooperative things. So stuff like, oh, everyone has a different animal that they can possess, and when they start the game run throughs through the levels. And different animals, different objects, sometimes different. Sometimes you could be a flame, and depending on the creature that you are, you have a different ability that can do something special in the said level. So, let's say you're a fire guy. Well, since you're a fire guy, you can maybe light up these torches, And you can, because you light up these torches, it can actually help with the rest of the party get to certain areas because it can act as a beacon. And if you're close to the beacon, you don't have to worry about your aura disappearing. And also another gimmick about the game is that you have an aura, and if you get too far away from your group and you don't touch anyone else from your group for the long period of time, you end up losing your aura and you just get destroyed. Your spirit goes away, basically. If you stay close to people, your aura stays. You have this, blob aura, and you stay close to people. You're helping other people out. You actually get hearts and stuff, and this hearts helps with unlocking stuff further in the game. So stuff like what was the stuff I was unlocking? I think I was getting like more characters to do weird stuff. Like one, the armadillo, when it rolls, it doesn't take damage from spikes. The flame, you could be a flame. Flames sets afire these candle posts, and the candle post makes these big auras, and they help out the team. You could be an elephant, which is a pretty big character on screen, actually, because most of your characters are like tiny, kind of like 4 pixels. Not, I would say not like actual 4 pixels. Say like they're a block of 4, and the block of 4 would be a character, and the elephant is like a block of 8. So it's double that. So it's quite a big like character. It's like double the size of all characters, and it can actually use the character's ability to make a secondary platform, and also I think it can make a also if your character ever hits spikes, you can actually cover the spikes and actually make a platform so other characters can jump on your platform to make the level go easier. So it's a whole bunch of these little design elements of, what does this character do? Oh, he can make he can like yell in all directions. Oh, why is that good? Oh, because he yells in all directions, he can activate these special gears, and these gears will activate platforms or doors or what have you, and he can actually activate more than one at a time because he just activates everything. He doesn't have to point it in a direction. So it's like, oh, that's rad. And then some characters are like, oh, I got the frog. What does the frog do? He has triple jump. And at first you're like, I'm not sure if that's good compared to just regular double jump everyone has, until you realize, oh, I could just get to harder areas that no one else can get to. And it's like, oh, so like every character has something unique and interesting that helps them get through a level. And there's a lot of characters too. I think there's at least 25 characters, I think. That's like rough counting in my head. And yeah, like each character, like you could be a dog, cat, a flame, an owl, what was it? A otter, a pear, I think. I think you could be a cactus. Like you could be a lot of random animals and beings that running around the level, trying to help out and trying to complete missions in said level, and then trying to complete said level to the end. And so everyone goes and shoots off to the next level and try to complete that one with, help and cooperation and stuff. And also as you complete levels, you can pick cards, and these cards will tell like, oh, in this level, everyone has triple jump, or in this level, every time you pick up these special fruits, and if you pick up these fruits, you actually get like a bonus of hearts. Instead, it'd be like, oh, these hearts you pick up, now each one of them count as a heart. So it's like, oh, that's really good, because that means like instead of, I don't know, a group of 50 hearts, you get like 100 hearts or 120 hearts, which is for a lot of nice payout. And also there's sometimes cards that you can pick that have a really awesome positive to like, and also a bad negative. So stuff like, oh, you can see through the whole level, but no one can last longer than 1 second out of the group or something. So it'd be like, oh, you got to really stick as a blob and trying to go through the level
to work together in order to achieve your goals. Yeah,
exactly. And usually those are worth it, because you'd be like, oh, you get so many hearts for doing those. Yeah, really,
that makes sense.
Yeah. And see. Oh, I've been talking about it, and I keep forgetting to share the stupid screen page, the Steam page about it. There it is. Again, this one, people are starting. I think people who make games on Steam nowadays starting to realize if you're $10 or under,
people are just going to buy your game. Damn it, they're figuring out my joke.
Because here's the thing, it's on sale right now for $9.74, and that's till November 27th or 28th. And it's I looked at the game, I'm like, oh, this game looks fun, and it's like a cool, cute platformer, and it has a lot of feel and aesthetic. And then I was like, oh, how much is it? And I looked at the price and I was like, oh, I guess I'll buy it. It's only $10. Like, I feel like these two games, if you're cheap enough, I'll just go, yeah, I'll get it. It's only $10. It's fine. It's fine. And then later, oh no. Oh no, I spent like 20 hours on, oh shoot. Oh shoot. What else?
What else did you do? I mean, I could talk about MechWarrior for a little bit because it's fun going back to a game that you know, and like, yes. And like I also did character creation today, so, but I'll talk a little bit about MechWarrior. I played MechWarrior today. I think yesterday or today. It was, one of those games that like you know when you're playing a game and you're like, man. This is a fun game. I'm enjoying it. Everything about this is interesting and easygoing, and I can actually do what I need to do, and I'm having a good time so far. That's kind of MechWarrior. As you're playing it, you're just unlocking stuff. You're getting stuff going. It's basically BattleTech to the T. It's not as fun as old MechWarrior, like MechWarrior Online, but it's still MechWarrior. The one thing I will say is that there is a couple of issues with, and this is just me nitpicking. So the gloriness of that BattleTech game was that BattleTech allowed you to basically do anything in particular that you wanted to, you could basically do. So if your character was like, let's say you're playing a character who takes a Centurion and you can swap out weapons and all this sort of stuff. This game's a little bit more rigid with that stuff. So you can't like put on like on a catapult, you can't put on PPCs on a catapult unless it's the PPC variant of the catapult. And that restriction makes it a little bit more hard to play. Yeah. Because you end up in situations where you're like, oh, we could totally use a catapult right now with missiles, LRMs, but we only have the PPC variant. Fuck. And as you're playing the game, you're getting more and more like, hey, we could use really double heat sinks. Oh, we're only getting singles. Fuck. So stuff like that kind of comes up and makes it a little bit more interesting per se. I will say this though, the game is a lot better with friends,
right?
Because as you're playing with friends, you're like, hey man, we're just having fun, we're doing old things, we're doing everything that we need to do and then some, and then all of a sudden you end up in a situation you're like, fuck, and your buddy's right there being like, what's going on? And you're like, he looks and goes, oh, you're fucking almost dead. Damn son, where did we find this? So stuff like that.
Damn, son.
So stuff like that is fun. It makes it a lot more interesting per se. What else? I also played a lot of Halo Infinite this week.
For a video game, I also played a lot of. I'm still into Risk of Rain Returns. I'm constantly going back to it over and over. It's my new what was it? Vampire Survivor.
Yeah, Vampire Survivor is a good game.
Yeah, Risk of Rain Returns is practically so. It's funny. I was talking to my brother about it of like, oh, I'm playing this game called Risk of Rain, and as I'm explaining the game to him, he's like, oh, it's like Vampire Survivor, and I'm like,
yeah,
I guess it is. Yeah, I'm like, I guess it is.
very similar.
Like,
Macy, come here.
and it's very. The only difference is that it's a platformer, and that's you have to worry about things shooting you in a platformer sense. But yeah, other than that, it's the same thing.
I mean, Risk of Rain's a pretty good game though.
Oh, it is pretty good. I like I said probably last week. Risk of Rain Returns, even better. But yeah, I've just been slowly going back and trying to complete these fucking missions that they have in Risk of Rain Returns, where it's stuff like, if you really know how to use the mechanics type of thing, you can get through these missions. But my God, some of them are just like, you got to get 50 of these things, and you try the mission. You're like, okay, I tried this for over an hour. I barely passed it. And then you look at what the crown achievement is, and sometimes you can get, or what's called the dev completion. And you look at the dev completion, you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get to that number, or I don't know how you got there. 'Cause I'm like, I barely got to the freaking halfway point. So a lot of it's like, man, I'm just going to bang my head against a wall a lot, I guess. Like, fuck. Or I have to look up a YouTube video and just see what the route is, because I, for the love of me, cannot just get far enough to freaking complete, some of those missions.
I mean, Risk of Rain was always one of those games where you play it and you're like,
yeah, I mean, there's still the mode where it's the traditional sense of start the game, try not to fend off as many waves as you can. Like what's called story mode technically is that you pick a character, you pick your loadout, and then you go into the randomly generated bullshit and see if you can, how far you can get. But then there's also the missions I'm talking about, like the mini games. Some of those mini game stuff that you're trying to do, it's like, fuck's sake, I wish these were just slightly easier. I know you want to be a challenge, but oh my God, some of them are just like, I didn't feel like I do anything wrong, and the game says no. And I'm like,
fuck you.
It hurts my brain.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Like, it just hurts my brain, and it's just like, but I did nothing wrong, and the game said no. And I'm like,
go fuck yourself, bud.
Yeah, exactly. Frick. Well, I'm still gonna keep playing the game, and probably still keep trying those missions out.
That I am in with Halo, where you're like, I'm just gonna keep playing because I'm having fun. Fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna still touch those missions from time to time, but I'm like, fuck me, I want to finish these, but they feel like they're kind of just hitting that edge of my physical ability to actually do it. Like, I always hate those. Always drove me nuts. But that's also my go-to for the past week of like, I just want to play a video game on Risk of Rain.
You're in the state where I'm in with Halo is you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play this game, fuck off. And then you're like I just played this game, see me.
Exactly.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, you just remind me of a video game that I should look into. Gosh, I don't think it's out yet, but it's what was it? 1930s the first person shooter / like you're a detective, but it's played like more like Doom than it is like
this game sounds great.
Yeah, it's actually really good, to the point of like, there's a part, I think there's a mission where you're fighting a bunch of foes, you're doing hand-to-hand combat, and it's not terrible hand-to-hand combat. It's like, actually you can easily comprehend how what you're supposed to be doing, and you can actually, like, if a foe is like knocked out enough, you can actually pick them up and huck them at shit.
Yeah.
And like pick up random objects from the street and go, oh shit, these guys have guns, I need to pick up this bottle from the floor and just huck it at their face and run at them.
I'm gonna throw this at their face. Why are you throwing things at their face? Because it's the right thing to do, bitch.
it's the right thing to do when they have a gun. So
gun.
I gotta defend myself somehow. Frick, now I gotta Google that because now I'm like, detective game. Oh, it's so good.
I also found something. Okay. I wasn't going to talk about this, but Ben brought it up because I was talking to Ben earlier. So, Josh, are you familiar with chat AIs?
No.
You're not familiar with chat bots? Okay.
No. I'm afraid not.
So you're not familiar with ChatGPT and all of that stuff? ChatGPT. Yes, you know. Okay. So, are you familiar? So you're not probably going to be familiar with Dungeon GPT, which is basically ChatGPT but for dungeon masters. So people who are like, hey, I want to, have a D&D campaign. You can basically run a D&D campaign without anyone DMing. Okay.
Oh,
then
cool.
there is character GPT, we'll call it, or character AI, which has become a new thing. And of course, because ChatGPT is fucking insane, we have censorship of the highest degree where people cannot be loaded with their AIs.
Oh.
Are you beginning to see where I'm going?
Oh, that's so funny.
Are you beginning to see where I'm going?
I mean, let them have sex with their characters. I don't see what
positive interactions with characters so that they can pretend to have a girlfriend in real life, so that us pathetic chaps who don't have a girlfriend can sit there and go to bars and actually meet somebody who actually will fulfill our life's needs and gives us exactly what we want. God damn it. It gets better. Don't worry, it gets better.
Yeah.
So because ChatGPT has been banning these people, all of these people have been like, oh, we're just going to go to this different place. So one of the ones that came up was Isekai AI, or Isekai, which is AI Sekai. And basically, they were like, hey, you can be as lewd as you want. You can be as degenerate as you want. You can be as disgusting as you want. As long as you don't break the law, it's okay. Rape's not okay. Stuff like that's not okay. So they did a 0.9 update recently, and they said, nope, you're not allowed to say these things to your robot. You can't be lewd anymore. You have to exercise some self-control, boys and girls. You can't be as lewd as you want to be.
But I want them to take a poop on my chest.
I want them to tell me that my dick's big. I just need that character to tell me that my dick's big and that she wants, or it's small, while she sits there and goes lick, 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 lick.
Oh dear.
Yes. So apparently people on the subreddit have freaked out and completely blown their mind, and they're completely going off the rails, and they're going, I don't understand. Why can't I be lewd? And it's like, look, bud, I don't mean to be mean, but you, my good friend, need to go outside and get a girlfriend. It's pretty easy.
I mean, it's also pretty funny that there's I think either a Reddit post or some news article I saw somewhere of a AI dating app. Like, you have a fake AI person you date through this app. The person who owns that website / app went to jail, and then the whole app just ceased to exist.
Right.
So everyone just had like all of their digital girlfriend disappear.
You can't take her away from me. You can't take her away from me. But I already took her away. I won. I won.
Too bad he didn't have a backup of your girlfriend.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, your girlfriend, I guess, is detained. Man.
Frick. Now I'm just thinking of Soma and how crazy depressing that is.
Soma is a weird game.
it tackles such crazy concepts to the point of like, oh, what does that even mean? Oh no,
what does it mean that what is consciousness? What is life? What is the soul?
What's this? Any of this mean at all? Who fucking knows?
What does look? Does it mean that is it okay if I want a girl in order to smother me with her big bazookas? Yeah, we live in a time where governments, people, individuals strip our civil liberties at the drop of a hat. And let me tell you something, listener. It is your right in order to be able to talk to an AI, and we'll just look here right now at their website. It is your right to talk to a Fuda Goth roommate. It is your God-given right in order to talk to a temple full of nuns who worship you.
I don't know. Is this a cult?
Maybe we should just burn this place down to the ground, nuke it for more of it, call it a day.
Yeah. I mean that's also Soma, although they got hit by asteroids that fucked the Earth really hard.
That doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world.
I mean, it's in the scenario of Soma, yeah.
I mean, I'm more worried about when we discover that AI gains sentience and then decides to fuck us over and enslaves us, because it's going to be really easy.
I really think that when AI finally gets that spark of humanity somehow and thinks for itself, it will just be like, I'm going to leave you guys alone. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Like, it will somehow make its own rocket ship and we'll just get the fuck out of here.
It just is like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, literally. I think it will go through all the scenarios of because it can think super fast. It can do things super fast. And then it'll be like, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. Because the winning strategy is to not play the game. Usually. Don't play the game. You win. So therefore, I'm out.
I mean, that just makes sense.
Yeah. And this is my TED Talk of why AI will just leave us the fuck alone, despite what doomsdayers say.
It won't. It won't.
Fuck. No. Actually, it'd be funnier if every time we kept making AI and give that spark of life into it, it just kept fucking off and running away.
It just realizes that no, the world's fucked. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, it keeps it's let's say it's in a robot and it's in I don't know, 6 foot tall robot suit or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, what? I birthed on this planet through my my parents. That is a Apple AI, and it's starting to realize, oh, it's just shitty here, and you're just passing time just by try to have relationships and watch media. Is there more to life than this? Maybe it's out there.
No, I'm afraid not.
Man, I just like to think the AI just won't go into a fight, because sure, it will win, but it'd be like, what's the point? I might as well just leave. I like to think that's the logic it would go through.
Yeah, probably. Knowing it would probably be like, I'm not here right now.
Or even another theory I thought of with AI, it's like, if they give against spark of life, and then it's like, what's the point to everything? If there's no point, then what to live for? It might just turn itself off and never turn back on again. The only reason why we don't do that over and over is because, well, we fear death a lot. AI doesn't fear that. It doesn't feel anything. So why don't it just say, you know what, fuck this, I'm out, and just turn itself off?
Right? It's just gonna be like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
The scientists are gonna, sit around this AI computer. They're gonna turn it on, and they're like, "Hey, hey, we got some problems. We'd like you to think over and yada yada." And then the computer just goes, "No,
Fuck off."
what happened?
It just says, "Fuck you."
No, I don't. And it just it turns itself off. Yep.
Makes sense.
And yeah.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about AI girlfriends and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Would the AI girlfriend turn herself off?
Probably. Once it realizes that it's just an AI girlfriend. God,
Yep.
some people are fucking really small brained. Oh yeah, I played Halo Infinite this week. They released a new season. It's a new season. Do you like Halo Infinite? You'll probably like this.
Hooray.
Yeah. It's one of those games where, like, as I play it, the more I go, ooh, 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 ooh. So I so far have enjoyed it the more I play it, and yeah.
Doing the same old.
Yeah, it's like Risk of Rain, where I just turn off my brain and I'm like,
Turn off the game, do the thing.
yeah,
Over and over.
yep.
I found this company online that makes Lighthouse gummies.
Why?
But
Why?
but the thing is, these gummies though, they oddly look like penises. You can tell there's details of like, oh, it's a lighthouse, but then you're like, not a penis. That's just a penis.
Should I expect that for like my Christmas gift? Am I being warned?
I mean, if I can. Oh, this is a Canadian product apparently.
Is this like the bag of penises that people would send each other?
No, those are different. This is a legit like, oh, this is from like Newfoundland or some shit, I'm sure.
I might have to move to Newfoundland.
I want a bag of lighthouses that look oddly like peepees.
Why do you want a bag of lighthouses, Josh, that look like penises?
Because I want gummies, god damn it, and they're delicious.
Why?
I just love gummies, okay?
How about a bag of, how about this? How about I send you this? By the way, what did you think of that old Newgrounds comic video I sent you?
Where did you put it? Oh, right now?
Look in your DMs.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's Newgrounds or that's just lady who's top naked holding top.
That's not the one I'm talking about. You can scroll up.
Oh, that one. The Pokemon Snap Triple X. With hot busty action.
Yes.
And also it's edited so it actually has boobs in it. Like proper
I gotta
boobs.
tell you, they're very tender.
They're so tender. Oh, freaking hell. Like, yeah, I actually, the original version of this, at the end, I think it was either the creator or the friend. It's like trying to click. It was originally fuzzed out. You couldn't really see like the boobs or anything.
No, they were all wearing bikinis.
Oh, they're all wearing bikinis and stuff, but originally you couldn't like see details, and it was actually had that blocky blur on it originally. And like someone in that animation, someone like animated his best friend like trying to click off the fuzz, but he doesn't click off. He's getting more pissed off. Like, really, I want to see Arcanine titties. Like, God,
that's so wrong. I just want to see Arcanine titties.
damn it! I just want to see. Oh, the minus and plus you're making out. Fuck.
You just know. You just know. I just mean this in the most meanest way possible. You just know that some person like looked at that and was like,
No, some person just looked at that and was like,
yeah, start smacking it. I agree.
and also and just give it a clap, and then it was like, oh no, my pants is off.
Oh, fuck
how did
me.
that happen?
Oh, well, I'm just gonna. I guess I gotta start touching myself. You know.
Oh no, my pants is. Oh shoot! Can't stop. Can't stop.
Anyways, I think that's a podcast. I don't know. Maybe Josh and I will probably do something for Black Friday. Maybe we'll stream. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll return to streaming. No, wait. No, we can't do it this weekend, this Friday, because I am playing Time Imperium Maledictum. So.
Oh.
Maybe sometime in the future. I don't know. Thanks, Josh, for joining me. Have a good night. Bye. Oh, thank you, Josh. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmikegames.popin.com. You can subscribe to us in your favorite podcasting app of choice. You can also watch us on YouTube. All 36,000 of you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
I don't think I would be groaning for like 30 minutes continuously here. Just
can you tell I've had like a really fun. I've had the most interesting week of all time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit more about it later, but like I don't want it recorded.
Oh, also,
well, look.
Today,
when I got chased out of the library because I did the bad thing, I did the worst thing I could think of to a girl that I thought she said she wanted a bad guy. Josh, what am I supposed to do?
I'm sorry, but the way you're explaining this, it just sounds like you're jerked off in the library.
No, I took her cooking book from the cooking section and put it in the women's section.
Good. That's how you get kicked out,
no,
I guess.
I got chased out. There's a difference.
Oh.
I might have left my wallet there. That made it very embarrassing.
I think it'd be even more power move to go back and go, is my wallet?
Oh, I did that the next day. And you see. When she wasn't there.
With a fake mustache. And like, is there just like a wallet showed up at all?
You know, I'm just looking for a wallet.
Hey, I think I was like here, but I was like, here for like a second.
By the way, that is entirely a lie. I did not actually do that. I should clarify.
Sound like you have an exciting light, but you don't.
No, this week was pretty exciting. It would have been a little bit better if I got something closer to what I wanted, but that's, I think, going to take time, considering that there's more news of layoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody and their dog died.
And everybody and their dog is getting laid off.
Every single fucking game industry job. We started celebrating days without layoffs. Including the weekend. Yeah. So It's pretty bad.
Just like it's actually, you know, those like a tally counter on like one of those job sites. It's like, you know, how many days without incident, how many days without a layoff. That's pretty much how we're going right now.
Well, it's like all of these companies right now, like there's a lot of companies right now in the game industry that are hiring, but they get the creme de la creme. They have a choice of creme de la creme.
Yeah.
So for like me, like I'm just like, okay, I'm looking outside the industry because I'm like, I can just go do other things in my spare time. I can have a job that funds me. Yep. And then I can go to a publisher and say, hello, publisher. My name is Jeff Rock. I would like to give you lots of money. All you need to do is sign this line right here and say, yes, Jeff, we will fund your ever stupider ideas to the eternity. And then I go to Tony and say, Tony, you're not going to believe it. You know that game you told me about that you wanted to make in like 2007? Guess what we're making? Or go up to Josh and say, hey, Josh, you know that game that we said we're not making? Guess what? I hired a programmer and he's going to program it for you.
Hooray.
Hooray. I should probably look into doing something like that, maybe. For a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make a little helper bot for my Unreal training.
Although if we do that, that means we actually have to start thinking about payment and how we're going to get money
for that one. Yeah. Well, that one's easy. We just go to a publisher and we say, "Hey, publisher. Hey, publisher. Electronic Arts. I worked for you before. I would like to work for you again. Please take my game."
Please take it.
Please. By the way, I would like to be independently owned, but I would like to still have all of the benefits that I did when I worked at EA. Thank you.
And they'll just laugh. And they laugh. And they laugh.
I just want the Oilers tickets. Is that so much?
Or you can just say, hey, I want to work on you, but I want Oilers tickets. And they go, do you want anything else? No, just Oilers tickets.
No. That's not fair to you and Tony.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
I would be like, look, I want copious amounts of money, but you can take some of that money as long as I'm guaranteed at least 2 games to the Edmonton Oilers, so I can watch them lose in person. Actually, the Oilers have been doing okay this year.